Hello and welcome to the release day for Raven's Training Ground. This concludes week 15 of 15 and today is October 1st of 2023. This week we had an astounding level of 73 commits from 5 different contributors, which brings our lifetime commits to 393 from 11 lifetime contributors, and this whole bar is now complete. This week we saw Ian come in and fix the main menu back button issues, as well as animations from the main menu when you click play. He added a pause and menu type of animation. Pat came in and added the Sophie version 2 model, as well as 7 different animations, the weight painting, and then the integrations into the game. Chris came in and added the credits and fixed a main menu issue when the credits were being implemented. Christian came in and did a bunch of stuff inside of the battle combat. The buffs and debuffs, as well as their visualization, is now in the game. He added several number controllers displaying how much damage was done, and various controllers for the units for their HP, their MP, and their status updates. And then we have automated battles. You can just press space, and the battle will just play out as you go along. I went through and did quite a bit of bug fixing, some UI cleanup, some camera position cleanup, some nav mesh cleanout. I want to give a shout out to Uraxi for helping in the members chat. Saving the generated levels so they don't have to regenerate when you jump in and out of battles, as well as the relevant optimizations for that. The intro cutscene, the ending cutscene, and finally, the builds uploaded to itch. So we'll look at that in just a second. But I wanted to take a quick look at the comparison of where we started, like for our combat elements, into where we ended, and the various UI elements, the various art, as well as the different systems that went into it. It was kind of funny to look at the overworld elements where I had nothing. It was a blank scene that was in the project, and we turned it into a generated level with different art elements and enemies and different puzzle elements. So it's just really cool to see where we went to where we ended up today. So speaking of that, let's pop on over to the game. So I'm going to unmute this here so we can listen to MD Fuchs's music. And this is where we're at in our game. So we have our play button here, we have our settings button, we have our credits button. I just want to give a shout out to Christian. Thank you for tackling the entire version 2 of this battle system. That is well beyond anything that I could possibly have comprehended to do. Patrick, thanks for coming in and creating the second variation of the Sophie character. I really enjoy how that comes together, and I may look to you for animations in the future. MD Fuchs, I really enjoyed the music that came out of this. Thank you, Chris, for working on the experience system. McFunkyPants for all of the skybox elements, the different effects, the Raven particle effects we got back here. Ian, thanks for all of your work into the pause menu and the very different animations that came out of that. Stubbs, thanks for working on the main menu. Gabriel, thanks for working on the lava improvements in floor 3. Brandon, thanks for coming and added the sounds. We didn't quite get to integrate those, but those were so cool to listen to. And then Neil, thanks for coming in and adding the player duplicate entry fix. So now let's jump into the game. There's our animation there. We have our introductory cutscene here. So everybody's in different outfits over there. We can see Patrick's character over there. We have our little dialogue system in here to sort of tell the story of what's going on. And then we're loaded into floor 0, where we have all the different characters. We have a different song from MD Fuchs, a bit of an overhauled floor 0. We can walk around here. We can talk to people. We can remove them from party. And we can add them to the party. And then we can go over here and talk to the Raven. We can get our store over here if we wanted to, so we can buy that. Our money updates, our stock updates, and we can just leave the window and then the camera flies back. So let's jump into floor 1 over here. So we have our generated level here. There we go. We have the nav mesh working, so the enemies aren't flying in the air all over the place. We can just kind of wander around here. Let's see if we can get into a combat. There we go. So here's our combat. Now that we're looking over here, we have our spells over here, and we can select our spells. We can select the enemy that we want to target. We can do the attack. We do the animation elements out of there, and it goes into the next person as sorted by their agility score. And we can also press space, and it just turns into an auto battle sequence. So all the different enemies take their own turn. You can see the different attributes that are increased, the different damage elements that are applied. I press space again to turn off the auto battle, and we can go ahead and select different things again. So we have the functioning battle system around here. So that is really cool to see out of there. And if we wanted to flee the battle, we could also press flee, and we can run away. And then we are taken back to, maybe, there we go. Taken back to the previously generated level, and then we have like chests over here that add items to our inventory and give us some currency. We can access that pause menu through the P key, and we can look at that inventory list and see what all we have going on over here and how they can be applied to the different players. We can also press leave to return to the Raven's domain, and we're taken back to floor 0. So we have this cycle working from start to finish for floor 1, 2, and 3. And I believe that is our game in a nutshell. So thank you everybody for all of your work. It's been such a pleasure to work on this, and I look forward to working with you on future projects.